Welcome to Media Beat on Mediabistro.com. We're joined today by hip-hop legend, business yogi, vegan, fashion icon, media mogul, Mr. Russell Simmons. Russell, thank you again.
I like what we did before, the upside down. I don't know why I did it again. It's silly.
His new book is out. It's called Super Rich. Russell, you mentioned earlier your conversation with Roger Ailes of Fox News, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. You posted pretty much a conversation with him on Global Grind about the recent shootings in Tucson.
It turns out that the discussion was not about the recent shootings.
Or the media's
But
taking
but the media, in some ways the media did, start pointing fingers and Sarah Palin, whatever, that stuff did come out, but it turns out that this gentleman was not a Tea Party member or a right-wing extremist or anything like that. So in my opinion, the media, and this has nothing to do with Roger and Fox or CNN or MSNBC in particular, but there's a lack of priority of human suffering on the media, in my opinion. In fact, and you have to be creative to do stuff that really is useful and important and helpful to humanity on the news, or stuff that they see, things you should know. You should know that 15,000 Africans died yesterday for lack of clean water. You should know it. It doesn't have to happen every 5 seconds, but once a day, tell them 15,000 Africans died, lack of clean water. We could fix that. Or you should tell them there's 15 billion suffering farm animals, the greatest comic tragedy in the history of mankind. Or there's 27 million modern-day slaves, greatest number of slaves in the history of the world. Or by the way, the cows and stuff you eat, that stuff is using all the oil except for what the military is using. You didn't know that? Or that the greatest cause of global warming is that cow, that you're eating. That makes you sick, that's comically bad. Share that information too. It doesn't have to come out on a secret report that's on New York Times 4th page and disappear. It's newsworthy because it's about human suffering and suffering in general, and it's important, and it's more important even, I would argue, than the one missing girl from Brooklyn who's been on the news 4 months, for example. I mean, something like that. So I think that it's kind of unbelievable that the news gets away with, sensationalizing the one guy, for instance, who wanted to burn a book. We never heard of him. We don't know where he lives. We can't find it on the map. He wants to burn a book. He causes an international crisis, becomes the face of American hate. It's part of the whole process of building the Islamophobic kind of mass unconscious behavior that we're undergoing here in this country based on, myths about the Muslim faith and Islam. It's kind of, it's an example of media, that particular example, the burning book, the one book, is really unbelievable. And then we don't call the media, stop the media, stop watching the media, or, make fun of the media for being so provoking so much negativity.
You care so much about so many issues, and you have numerous philanthropic organizations. Have you ever thought about getting, and you've done television before, have you ever thought about maybe getting a show that's about politics or world issues?
Me?
Yeah, you, yourself. You know the heads of these networks.
Well, I don't think that's something that would be for me. Any more than running for office was for me. I think that, I like to support people who do these things. I have multiple interests. Every day is different. Not to be selfish, but I like it that way. I didn't mind shooting a reality show. That was 8 weeks of shooting reality. It was fun. I don't mind promoting this book. I love the idea of promoting consciousness in everything I do. I have a financial service company. I think it's a great, great service to the world. I get critiqued for some of the things I do, like that's the example. It's part of the Business Yogi chapter. Whether it's building this new financial structure or service company for underserved communities, and I know it helps them tremendously, or whether it's, running that charity on the side, which, I enjoy doing it. I do it. And it's just what I do.
Okay.
So
okay.
I just want to bring that up. That's part of it's in the
more.
Business Yogi chapter.
Yes, I'm just a wee bit in, but I'm sure there are more gems in here. We've got Russell Simmons. He is the author of Super Rich. He's a hip-hop mogul, fashion mogul, and a philanthropist. And I want to talk more about your work in our next segment. Stick around. This is Mediabistro.com's Media Beat.